Hello, Southwest teachers. It's Peter Welly here. I'm coming to you live from July in my living room area. And I want to just put a quick tutorial video together to help you guys get set up with a new piece of software that we're going to recommend that you can use to make, I think, really nice instructional videos. So let me just kind of walk you through some of these steps. All right, the end result that you're going to be able to produce with these are instructional videos that allow you to use your Google Slides or your PowerPoint presentations, and where you can see your slides and your face side by side. And I think that's really useful for students to have them both and kind of see your expressions and allow your personality and your heart to really come across, but also have your instruction and your presentation be really clear. And my goal with setting all this up with Jason's help also was to find some software and a way to do this where it can be done in real time and you don't have to put in like an hour of editing and all this kind of work, where it just all happens in real time. That's my intention. It does take some setup work at the front end, but it's all one-time stuff, and that's what I'm going to walk you through, the one-time setup and settings that you have to do in order to be able to make videos in real time, where if it's a 15-minute presentation, you can literally fire it off in 15 minutes and then you just have to upload it to YouTube and you're set. So the name of the software is OBS Studio, and you may have used something like Loom before, and Loom was nice because it's pretty slick and easy to use. It had limitations, and also they're going to make you pay. They're going to make the school pay for it at a certain point. This has fewer of those limitations. It's a little bit trickier to get to use it, to get to know at first, but that's what I'm going to get you set up. I think if you have an external microphone, it's also nice. It's going to sound a little bit better. I'm not using one right now because I'm working from home, but you can have that conversation with Jason about that. So you're going to go to obsproject.com, download, and you're going to set all that up for yourself. So let's take a look here. Now, this, I know you're looking at Infinite Peters. That's very strange. That is not what this will end up looking like. So please don't panic right now. This is just a look at what your screen will look like. Okay, so when after you download OBS Studio and you open it up, I'm just going to walk you through some settings that you're going to do. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do is to take your desktop audio here. So this is the audio mixer. You're going to turn your desktop audio all the way down or just mute it. This is like, unless you're like trying to play a video or some music that you're playing and you want it to be playing in the background, I don't know why you would do that, but this is the sort of the stuff that would be playing otherwise on your desktop. You don't want that. You do want this mic auxiliary to be up, and you can check your levels and make sure that looks good. You can go into this gear and click on properties, and maybe you're using an external mic, and here you can sort of click on that and click on your USB microphone if you need to, and you need to get that mic all set up for yourself. But I'm looking at these VU meters here and I can see that I'm getting a signal, so we're all set then. Then we're going to go to settings, and you can get the settings by clicking File, Settings, or I've also got this handy guy right over here. So let's just do this, File and Settings. And that opens up this big screen. And I'll move it over so you can see my face. Very important. From settings, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and if you're inclined with all this, you can tinker around and see what you get. But here's some stuff you definitely should do. Click on Video, and here you're going to go into and you're going to set the resolution. I've already set this up, and I can't tinker because I'm currently recording. But you want to go into the base resolution and the output resolution. The output resolution is what it's going to export as, and I encourage you to set it up with this resolution of 1920 by 1080. That's the highest level of HD you can get, so this will look really nice and crisp and clear. All right, so I encourage you to set these both up, and that last number should be 1080. Then I'd encourage you to go down to where it says Output. Click on Output, and here you're going to change. You can set up the recording path, and what that means is, after I finish recording this video, where does the file pop up? So I've set mine to go in a videos folder. You can have it set up to go anywhere you want on your computer. So like, where do the videos go when you're all done? And it's pretty slick. Like when I hit my stop recording button, it'll just like boom, pop up there just a second later. and I set my recording quality up so that it's at large file size. It's important. I like my stuff to look as good as it possibly can. I mean, using a webcam, that sort of limits this, but I still think it can look pretty good. And I think it's nice, especially if the video is going to be 20 minutes and students have to watch it for a while, then let's make it look as good as we can. Okay, so I'll close these settings down. The next piece we're going to do is there's basically two components to these videos. One of the components is your face, which is coming from your camera that's built into your laptop, and the other component is your desktop screen. So you're going to go and click on this plus button, and this is like all the components that you can add in. You just need two. One is where is it? Display capture. So that's like your display screen. I want you to click on that. Now my display capture is this guy right here. It highlights it in blue. I've already set that up. Then you hit the plus button again, and I want you to click on video capture device. That's turning on your camera. That's the only two that you need. Now on here, you can see they're sort of positioned, and I can press this up-down button, and if I put video capture device up to the top, then that sort of moves me to the foreground, and it kind of overlaps my screen a little bit. But sometimes you don't want that, right? I know in Loom, sometimes you had to move around the little bubble so it wouldn't overlap on words. I like it so that the whole screen is visible, and then you can sort of literally change how this looks on your screen. And so I set it up so that I'm kind of on the on the right hand side. This black screen represents what the whole exported file will look like. So this is just sort of up to you how you want to make it look. I don't know, figure out something that works for you. But here you just sort of position that for yourself in a way that you think will work for the files that you're setting up. Last thing I want to encourage you to do is to go back into settings, and here I'll go into settings this way. And this is just a little trick I figured out. Because I'll close it for a second. When you're in OBS Studio, you can start recording just by hitting this little start recording button there, but then it sort of starts you off in this screen, and then you have to kind of get out and get to your Google Slides. I didn't like that when I was practicing with this. So what I did is, if we go into settings, click on hotkeys, and you can see start and stop recording. You can set up a hotkey. So what I did is I clicked on start recording, and I pressed here I'll move this over. I pressed the Alt button because I don't use the Alt button ever when I'm operating in Google Slides. And so what this means is when OBS Studio is open, when I press the Alt button on my computer, it will start recording. And then when I press the Alt button again, it will stop recording. So you've gotten your settings all set up, and now you're ready to make a video. So here's what you would do. All right, let's pretend we've opened up OBS Studios, and this is all ready to go. You have these. The first thing you do is, again, take a look at these two squares, these two video components. You have the display capture screen. Right now it shows OBS Studio. All right, it shows you what's on your screen, and so what's on my screen right now is OBS Studio. But when you're actually presenting, this will be your Google Slides. This will be your PowerPoint presentation, and then you see yourself off to the side. So this is when you make sure your hair is in place and you don't have food in your teeth or something like that. So you make sure that's all there. You check your audio levels. That looks good. And then you do what I'm about to do right now. You minimize OBS Studio. And here I've got my presentation, and we're going to get meta here. Now we're back to the beginning where we started, and I just hit present mode, and here's my tutorial making an instructional video. So when I'm actually doing this, I've opened up OBS Studios, make sure everything is set and looking good. Then I minimize it, and I open up my presentation screen. I hit the present button, and I think, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? And then when I'm ready to go, I just hit the Alt button. Again, that's that shortcut button, that hotkey to start recording. So when I'm ready, I hit the Alt button, and then I start talking and presenting and saying, hello, teachers. This is going to help you out with OBS Studio and blah, blah, blah. And we're off. Okay, so guys, that's what we've got here. If you have more questions, again, email me. It's kind of strange at first to get used to, but the end result looks really nice. And once you do it once, my experience has been once you do it, then you go, oh, I got this. And then you're off to the races and making videos, and they look really nice, and they don't take post-production time. It's pretty slick. So that's it. You guys have a great day. Email me with questions. Take care. And I'm hitting the Alt button now.